I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Owala FreeSip Twist, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Let's dive in. At the time of this review, this comes in 2 different sizes. So we have an 18 ounce, which is the one we have right here, and a 24 ounce option as well, which is pretty much the same, just a little bit bigger. So it also comes in a bunch of different colors. This one's more of a subtle option, but if you want something more like bright and colorful, they're really good at like providing those options. So that's definitely something to look out for. The materials are pretty straightforward as well. This is a stainless steel. It's BPA and lead free. We've got a paracord carry loop on the top here, which is really the biggest difference between their other bottles, and we'll take a look at that pretty in a little bit. But this is really nice. I mean, it's a super comfortable carry. You would remove this if you wanted to put this in the dishwasher. It is dishwasher safe. The top of the loop there has a little bit of an Owala logo on there, which is nice. And it's really comfortable to carry. I mean, it just kind of like fits in your finger. I'm not a huge fan personally of just this type of lid design, but if you like this twist cap, then this is a really great option if you don't want that like traditional Owala water bottle cap style, but it does function largely the same. So if I untwist this cap here, you can see we've got that standard like sip and like the straw, or I think it's like sip or swig or something like that. It's the terminology that they use. So you can use the straw or you can just sip out of it like normal. Using it this way, the water does kind of come out of both spouts at the same time, so it is like a little bit shocking and it is a little bit of a learning curve. But if you're used to the regular Owala design, this is going to be the same as that. You can see the lid here has this like plastic on it, and it's a little bit harder to remove. So, ooh, almost knocked that over. So in order to wash this, you kind of have to like take it apart in a bunch of different pieces, which isn't super intuitive. You can see it's just kind of like a little bit grimy, a little bit gross, but it snaps in pretty easily. It also slots into the actual water bottle a little bit odd. So like I found that one actually worked out pretty well, but if you were to like angle this the wrong way, you just kind of have to like fuss with it in order to get it in the right spot. A little bit tedious. Again, if you like this type of design, it's really not that big of a deal. You do take this off to sip, and then if you want to actually refill this water bottle, you just take this lower gusset off entirely, so that white bit, and then you can get a larger look at the inside of the bottle there. So the straw is pretty easy to clean. This removes as well. So you can take it apart into a bunch of different pieces. This little gusset also removes. So it is easy to get a really solid clean on this thing. And that tightens nice and easy, so that's no issue. I had no issue with like this leaking or anything. This one actually is also compatible with carbonated drinks and hot liquids, which they don't recommend with the other Owala, so that is something worth noting as well if you want like multi-use with this one here. And then one thing that I think they did really well, or was a really smart design, is this little tab that they have, which is a little bit hard to see on the white, but it's right there, and that lines up with where the spout is. So when you have this water bottle and you're just looking at it, I found myself, until I realized that's what it was, I found myself just opening this and missing wherever the spout was and then getting annoyed because I had to like find it, but that gives you an indication so you can open it up and just sip right away. In terms of packability, this is fairly straightforward. So I'll compare it in a little bit to another Owala and a Hydro Flask, so you can see kind of what it looks like in comparison to those. But just as like a standalone bottle, it has such a nice, sleek, rounded shape, and it just fits really nicely into pretty much any water bottle pocket I put it in, even like the skinnier ones. I did find myself, like the 18 ounce for me personally is just a little bit too small in general. Like I found myself filling it up a ton, but I try and drink a lot of water and I get annoyed when I have to fill up my water bottle a ton. So if you want a lot of water, I would definitely just go up a size for sure. But in general, it fits really nicely, and then it's super easy to grab out of a pocket because of this carry handle. And this carry handle here just kind of tucks away to the side, so it's not like tall or getting in the way or anything like that. It's just nice and sleek and great for everyday carry. If you're finding this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. But for now, we're gonna take a look at this newest bottle compared to the original Owala and then a Hydro Flask. So this Hydro Flask here is a pretty similar design. You can see it's like, I don't know, it's fairly rounded, but still kind of like I guess a little bit more angular. It's really, they're kind of pretty similar, so I wouldn't like, you know, compare them too much. But this one here is a 21 ounce bottle, whereas the Owala is 18. You can see the Owala is a little bit taller. So if packability is a pretty significant feature for you, then I would definitely go with the Hydro Flask. They're pretty good at sizing up the bottle without making it like absurdly tall or absurdly wide. So they're really great at that. Another thing worth noting is they have a stiffer carry handle, which like I guess is better if you want to carry it with like more fingers. It also is easy to, like, this will stay up so you can kind of grab and go, whereas with the Owala it will fall down, so you have to like pick it up from the side in order to. I think in the scheme of things, neither of those things are really deal breakers, except for maybe the packability of this Hydro Flask here. Functionality is pretty the same though, except this one is obviously just like a regular spout. Owala does that unique like sip spout thing. The other thing is with the original, I've been using this one for over a year now, year and a half maybe, and this one is just a little bit easier to use. So it's got that like same kind of design of that lid, but it's, you flip up this carry, it doubles as a carry handle, it locks over the button, you flip that up, push the button, and then it opens nice and easy, whereas this one you have to unscrew and get to it. In the scheme of things, not that big of a deal because the functionality is the same. If you like twist caps, then that's going to be great because it does work the same once you actually get down to the actual bottle itself. But I think what's so great about the Owala is that functionality where it's so quick to open. It just kind of pops open like that, and so it's really easy to use like one-handed while you're driving or at the airport if you're, you know, handling a bunch of stuff. That's really great. It's also got like this kind of divots on the side for grabbability. It just kind of like allows you to grab it on either side, whereas this one does not. I think that's not like a huge issue, more of like a comfort thing if that's something that you're like, I don't know, I guess if you're really paying attention to it, it's kind of nice to have those divots, but I didn't really miss them on this one. One of the benefits that you do get is that kind of skinnier top, but in the terms of sizing, this one here I believe is 19 ounce. So it's technically 1 ounce, 1 ounce more capacity, and it's a little bit shorter as well. So you're getting something a little bit skinnier but taller, and you know, you have to use 2 hands for the most part when you're opening this versus the regular Owala, which is just quick and easy to open. So between the two of these, I definitely prefer the original, but I'm not a huge fan of twist caps in a general sense. So kind of let us know what you think if you think that you would use this one more. So there you have it, the Owala FreeSip Twist. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.